and get into the Champions League. It's a game changer. I mean, genuinely, financially, for the club, it'll be the biggest payday in their history, by a distance.
Even bigger than the Bassey money, isn't it?
Yeah,
35
absolutely.
million.
For 50,000 Rangers supporters, it's a chance to get back in and see their team in the Champions League for the first time in more than a decade. And it's a chance for the current players to go and enhance their reputations, for Giovanni Van Bronckhorst to enhance his reputation even more. So it ticks a lot of boxes. But just for us in general, can you imagine having Celtic? I mean, it's brilliant that we've got Celtic, and no qualifiers, a stress-free pre-season in many ways, and the money in the bank, so they know how they've been able to operate during this window. So it's great that Celtic's going to win it. But if Rangers are to join them, for Scotland to have two clubs in the Champions League, I remember it happening, Paul, 12 years ago or something, 13 years ago, and I didn't think it would ever happen again, to be perfectly honest. No, I didn't. Not having two, and not having our top two clubs in it. So it would be absolutely brilliant. And Rangers have got a right good chance. Lessons will have been learned from this time last year when they failed against Malmo, but the European success that they've had under Giovanni from February to May, I think will stand them in good stead for the opposition they face.
And the man who did the damage against them, he was on loan at Malmo, as we know. Antonio Colak got the Rangers goal. That's his first goal. The other afternoon, Rangers Spurs started really well from the highlights I saw. Rangers had a good period of domination. Colak got the goal, but then a double from Harry Kane. But Rangers, I think, what do you feel about that preparation?
That was good. I mean, I think you go back to last midweek against West Ham, Tom Lawn scoring, Ravi Matondo scoring, so getting off the mark, which is always good, and then Colak getting a goal. So there's three of the new signings already off the mark, albeit it's only friendly games, but I think there's good signs there. And listen, you've got to remember, Antonio Conte and Spurs, they're a quality team. I know they're a week to 10 days behind us, but you've got one of the best strikers in the world in Harry Kane. If Spurs had to put him up for sale tomorrow, you'd have 3 or 4 clubs willing to pay 80 or 90 million for him, no problem. So he's a top striker and he can cause damage to any defence. But over the piece, and watching Giovanni on the telly today and listening to him tonight on Go, Paul, he sounds relaxed. He sounds in a good space about things. The good thing for him in many ways, Aribo and Bassey have been dealt with. He knows where he stands. He's not still hanging on, and he might lose him on Friday night or lose him on Monday night before they play Union SG. So he's got time to prepare. He's got Davis in. What will be interesting for me is the partnerships now that he decides to go for around the pitch. Obviously central defence is going to be a new partnership. Centre midfield options, and up front, what's it going to be?
Well, people are loving Rabi Matondo and Tom Lawrence, aren't they? The way they break forward. First of all, what about the speed of Matondo?
He's lightning
at the goal.
He's absolute lightning. He's I think he's probably he might be the fastest player in Scotland, with interesting race every club puts forward.
That'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
Fastest one, but they say his pace is properly frightening. And what he has to improve on, and that's something that the coaching staff will work on Rangers, is his final ball. What he does once he beats the defender. Just lifting your head a bit more, picking the right pass, putting the ball into an area that's going to hurt opposition defences. Well, that will come. He's still young, but first of all, when you've got pace, that's not something you can teach. So you've got that pace. What a start it gives you, and I think he'll do very well for Rangers.